I was tagged by my good friend Paola, Porolita22, to do this video. So in this video I have to discuss 5 benefits I've experienced from my diet, and then tag 5 people. Okay. One of the best benefits I experienced was I think I had irritable bowel syndrome before I went vegan. I mean, I didn't know because I had dealt with it for so long. I thought it was normal to have, like, you know, irregularity and sharp stabbing pains in the gut, like these, like, excruciating stabbing pains that would last for about 30 seconds, and I'd get maybe like 5 of them a week or something. And yeah, my guts were just not happy. But I just sort of thought, meh, whatever, you know. And I didn't really realize how bad it had been until I changed my diet. And yeah, and I realized that that wasn't normal. Second thing I think would be that since going vegan, I feel like I just feel like more potential for energy, like overall. Like I do things like I skip or I run places instead of just walking. I don't exercise as much as I should. In fact, I hardly exercise at all. But I have this, like, my body now wants exercise. I'm just not in the habit of doing it. So, you know, I'll be walking around or something and my body will be like, come on, run, you know. And I'll think, oh, well, we can't really just sort of run to the shop, you know. Because apart from anything else, because I smoke, my lung capacity isn't great. But I really want to take advantage of that soon. I mean, I had this thing after I went vegan. I had this feeling like this. It was weird. Like my whole body felt different, and I felt really light. And for a while there, it was like a weird feeling. It wasn't unpleasant, but it was just very different than what I felt before. And I thought, oh, you know, maybe it's like I'm getting weak and, you know, protein deficient because I don't eat animals, blah, 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 you know. But then we're at this beach that had all these rocks, like this, you know, these, like, crazy rocks that you could, like, climb up. And I thought, come on then, let's see, you know. And I was climbing up these rocks like a monkey. It was really fun. And I sort of proved to myself that it wasn't weakness, it was something else. So I've got to get into some kind of physical activity, but I'm not sure yet. Because I don't really want to, like, build muscle. And what I used to do was I used to work out, because I'm not into team sports. I used to work out, but I don't really want to. My body fat's rather low now that I've gone vegan, so I'm just sort of like, I don't know whether I want to build muscle or not. I don't know. That's just my personal vanity issues. Another thing. I feel a lot better about myself, just overall. And I guess it's because the veganism kind of linked in with... Well, it kind of just got me started to thinking about the impact my life and my lifestyle has on others overall. So it started with animals, obviously, because that's one of the easiest ways that you can reduce suffering, is to stop eating animals, because you don't need to do it. You just, it's the luxury product, you know. And yeah, so it's pretty easy to do, in order to limit the negative impacts your life has on others who are able to suffer and deserve better. So it started with the veganism thing, and then what a lot of people don't understand is that in general, I think vegans are actually more up on human rights issues than people think they are. A lot of people think that vegans are like sort of animal supremacists and like don't care about humans at all, and that it's like this sort of situation where you can only care about one or the other. But looking on vegan forums, it really started to wake me up to other ways that I could improve the effects of my lifestyle on humans. So I've started, as much as possible, buying things that are fair trade. Like I saw this documentary about how chocolate is harvested by slaves, like real slaves, like in the Congo, like people who, are not allowed to go home. They have their spirits broken by being beaten mercilessly. Horrible stuff, So I immediately stopped eating chocolate. I'd found this really good vegan chocolate, and I was just horrified that I've been, doing this. So I waited until I found chocolate that was vegan and fair trade, and now I can really enjoy it because I know that no one was harmed in making it. So I just feel like it led to me making overall positive changes in my life, and my actions being so much more in line with my ethics, with how I always felt inside that I should live my life. Okay, so that's 3. Number 4. Well, I guess another thing would be that before I went vegan, I think, as a lot of people find, my weight was just going up and up with the years. I was just getting bigger and bigger over time. And it wasn't like dramatic weight gain overnight, but over the last few years, prior to going vegan, I was the biggest I'd ever been in my entire life. And it just was an increasing weight gain. It was just kept going up and up. And, it was putting strain on my joints. It made me feel terrible. I knew it was wrong, because I know a bit about anatomy. I knew how much of that fat was being stored, around my organs and things, and that's no good. And as soon as I went vegan, all the weight dropped off of me, and it made me feel really good. And I had a bit of a dodgy knee from a workplace injury, and it used to hurt all the time, like really badly. And when I lost that weight, my knee doesn't hurt anymore, which is great. And yeah, basically I'm really thin now, and a bit thinner than I'd like to be just at this moment, but I'm really thin, and I don't have to do anything to maintain that. But I know that doesn't happen across the board, but that's something I experienced. So that's number 4. What would be number 5? I guess number 5 is kind of an extension of number 3, but specifically pertaining to animals. There's a quote, I can't remember who said it, I think it might have been George Bernard Shaw, and he says about animals, "Now I no longer eat you, I can look at you in peace." And there was always that sort of conflict there. I always loved animals, but there was that thing in the back of my mind where I knew that by eating animal products, I didn't know about milk and eggs so much, but I knew about meat. Obviously, something has to die so you can eat it. So that for me, I can now look at animals in peace, which is fantastic for me. It's very, it's a beautiful thing, I think. Yeah. So that would be it. There's my 5 things, and I will whack on at the end of the video a list of everyone that I've tagged to talk about their diet and how it's improved their lives in different ways and how they feel about it. So thanks for tagging me, pal, and I'll speak to you soon. See ya.